Now, in his Christmas messages, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump once again took a swipe at Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trump once again called Trudeau governor and said that if Canada became the 51st U.S. state, their taxes would be cut by more than 60%. Let's cross over to our correspondent in Ottawa, Christopher Guly. Christopher, first of all, this is not the first time that Donald Trump has taken a swipe at Trudeau. What's been the reaction where you are?
Oh, it's almost unanimous that there are no Canadian leaders or even Canadians who've been asked by media outlets whether they agree with Trump's offer to join the U.S. It's a recent poll is 80% of Canadians would absolutely not want to join the U.S. And,
Now,
there's another important point here is that Canada is a constitutional monarchy. The U.S. is a republic. In order for that to happen, just imagine Puerto Rico, which has long been waiting to become a state. You'd have to have, first of all, consent from King Charles, who is our head of state. You'd have to have consent from the Canadian Parliament, the Canadian provinces and territories. Don't forget there's the Indigenous factor that has to be taken into play. And the U.S. Congress has to approve it. So Mr. Trump is dreaming in Technicolor.
well, let's put aside these verbal digs. There are other things that Donald Trump has said that could have bigger consequences on Canada. I'm thinking, of course, of these threats of imposing tariffs on Canada. How is Canada and the Canadian government navigating these threats when it comes to the economy?
Well, Justin Trudeau's government has been mainly silent. They recently announced some border measures to address some of the concerns of the incoming president. I guess the most vocal critic of the Trump tariffs has been the premier of the largest province in Canada, Ontario, Doug Ford, who has talked about responding in kind. Ontario exports a lot of electricity to Michigan and New York. And if Mr. Trump proceeds with a 25% tariff, as he's about to do once he takes office, there'll be consequences on this side of the border. It's worth mentioning also that the opposition leader in Canada, Pierre Poilievre, has actually spoken out about this. And he has said that Canada would respond. And Mr. Poilievre is riding high in the polls with his Conservatives. And as you may well know, Justin Trudeau's government is on the ropes right now. So his minority government could fall early in the new year.
Thank you very much, Christopher Guly, reporting there from Ottawa.